good of our Christian friends and also Jewish American people coming to Israel, starting to resume tourism and come to Israel in these times. In my opinion, if we will open seriously and officially the war in the north with the Hezbollah, what we saw on Saturday, if it will go to the extreme and it's officially a war, then it will be very difficult. People will not come. There's a war in the south, a war in the north, and they will say, I will come later. If we don't open a frontier up in the north and we continue with the operation, with the land operation in Gaza, then in let's say American average state of mind, people would say, okay, they have this thing in Gaza, and I can still land at Ben Gurion Airport, go and have an overnight in Tel Aviv or in Netanya on the Mediterranean. I can still go to the Sea of Galilee, which is beautiful and is going to be peaceful because there are no missiles from Lebanon. And I come to Jerusalem, so the war does not really affect me as a tourist on my pilgrimage to the Holy Land because my course and my tour does not go there. Maybe some of them would like to have a day to the south like we did yesterday, so they don't, not only the holy sites and not only visiting places or walking where Jesus walked, but they want also to get updated and see them for themselves how Gaza looks like from the distance. But the majority would say we can come. So I'm saying, in my opinion, if we don't open the frontier for the war in the north, and we keep on the operation and deepening the operation in Gaza, along the time, their ability to shoot rockets and missiles towards Israel, towards the center of the country, is going to be more and more minimized. And if it's just the land operations that our children are there and fighting there, then for the average tourist would say, okay, they have this issue in Gaza, but I can come and I can tour. So in my opinion, there will be in this situation two kind of approaches. One would say, you know, they have this thing in Gaza, but I'll come in 25, or let's talk about 25. And I don't want to be in a situation where things are not stable. I don't want to take any risk. At the end of the day, the people I bring with me in the group, I'm the group leader, I'm their spiritual leader, it's my responsibility. I don't want to risk anybody. And some people would be saying exactly the opposite. If there's an operation in Gaza and still it's quite safe to go everywhere, like we're now driving in the center of the country and look how many cars and trucks and buses are around. And they would say, now is the time. Now I have to come and show my support to the state of Israel and to the Jewish people. Now is the time more than ever. How many percentage of this approach and that approach, only time will tell. I think from the logistics point, it will be easier with the coming months to resume tourism from the infrastructural part of tourism in Israel. Because, you know, now the hotels most of them are full with displaced citizens. There are about 150,000 people displaced, hosted in most of the hotels. And now if we had a big demand now from many groups to come, tourists to come to Israel, we wouldn't have space at the hotels because they're full with Israelis. But in the coming months, there are going to be more and more displaced people evacuated from the hotels, either going back to their cities or going to other solutions like apartments, and there will be more space at the hotels. The sites will open accordingly. Restaurants slowly but surely will start opening up, and therefore we will not have a problem to resume tourism if it's going to be just the operation and the war in Gaza, and the rest of the country will go back to some kind of normality. So I think that the main thing is to put a plan together, to pencil dates and make a plan. As long as you can still cancel and not lose money, at least you know that you have a target and you have a date to look at, and afterward you just monitor it and watch the situation and take decisions accordingly. But I think that these coming weeks are the weeks where the picture will become clearer, we know exactly what we're doing in Gaza. Now the operation is going more and more into the south and working more and more about the tunnels, and slowly but surely, and paying the price on a daily basis with killed soldiers, but getting to the goal of destroying the Hamas, the infrastructure, killing the terrorists, and conquering Gaza to finish off, so that whatever happened on October 7th will not happen again. So from the tourist point of view, I think it will be a process that will start soon, of people starting to plan, to say, I want to come, and say, hey Marcus, what's happening in May? Maybe we can put a group together. And what's in June? And I think also in July and August, that on a regular year, people don't like to come in July and August because they say it's too hot. I think that the customer behavior would also change, because, okay, so it's a little hot, but there's no space in October, it's hot in November, and the flights are expensive. Maybe we can come in July, maybe we could come at the end of August or beginning of September. So I think it's going to spread in a different way, but people will start coming back to the land. That's my 2 cents about the tourism that I can foresee.
What's going on with the water in the tunnels?
The water in the tunnels is a great idea. The problem is